What are we going to cover over the next 8 weeks? Well, this is the course site, and you know that because you're watching this video on it. You're here, by the way. That menu on the left-hand side lets you see the structure of the course and lets you navigate around. If you're watching this in the first week of bootcamp, then this stuff's going to be available. You've already been through that first Welcome to Bootcamp lesson. That's this one here. The initiation lesson is a suite of videos and quizzes that go through the essentials of our approach to the markets. And if you go through this stuff, you'll begin to understand the market as a very efficient and very random system. We'll introduce you to the process we use to try and harness small edges amongst all this noise. We finish off this section with an example of a concept that we call trade more stuff, or TMS. Trading multiple edges together can lead to extraordinary results, even if each individual strategy isn't that special by itself. This strategy diversification smooths our P&L, as some strategies zig as others zag, and it also sets us up for the best chance of making money in a future that is uncertain. There's an interactive dashboard there for you to play with to internalize this, and that's showing the strategies you'll be building on Bootcamp. Now, on Wednesday the 10th of June, the introduction to the Zorro material will be available. Here you're going to get introduced to the Zorro trading automation software, or Zorro for short. We'll be using Zorro to automate our trading and do some analysis work. We're going to cover what Zorro is and why we're using it. We'll cover the main parts of a Zorro program and what we call the backtest cycle of doom and how you can avoid it. On the 15th of June we kick off week 1. In week 1 we have a play with the simplest trading strategies in Zorro to demonstrate 3 behaviours that we call the mortal sins. Now you might think the traders lose money because they make bad decisions on what to buy and sell. That isn't usually the case. They tend to lose money because they commit one of the 3 mortal sins. The mortal sin of trading too much, the mortal sin of trading too big, and the mortal sin of trying to be a hero. These behaviours are guaranteed to lose you money in the long run, and we'll show you why. We'll also get you familiar with basic quant and coding techniques. We introduce some crucial concepts this week, including sizing, ensembling, and volatility targeting. On the following Monday, it's time for week 2. Now, a mistake that many traders make is to think that the historic price levels of an asset contain important information by themselves. Through analogy to market gods flipping coins, we're going to introduce the concept of price as the realization of a random process. It's then going to become quite clear that we need to concentrate on understanding the process that generates the prices rather than the prices themselves. Now this might sound quite esoteric, but we're going to go through it with a lot of examples, analogies and demonstrations. This way of thinking is critical to quant trading and it's important that it clicks. At the end of this week, we'll build out our first trading strategy. It's a risk premium harvesting strategy which trades stock, bond and gold ETFs, and you'll start trading it in week 2 on small size. In week 3, you'll learn how to take your trading strategies from idea to implementation. Here we're going to analyze an intraday inefficiency in FX pairs. And you're going to learn where to find and how to prioritize research ideas. You'll learn the most effective research mindset, which is being a bit less goal-oriented and instead seeking to understand things deeply. You'll also go through a step-by-step process to check for strategy robustness. In week 4, you'll learn how to take that research and actually turn it into a trading strategy. And this week's really all about trade-offs. All things being equal, it pays to trade often, trade whenever we think we have an edge. But trading is an expensive thing to be doing. So we're in a situation where we have certain costs and uncertain edges. In this week, we look at how to manage that and we put together a complete intraday FX trading strategy. In week 5, you become an algo trader, if you're not already. We'll get you set up trading our intraday FX trading strategy on minimum size. And you'll learn how to set up a trading server and how to connect to your broker. You'll also learn how to set up reporting and monitoring so you know everything is running smoothly. Remember, we've got a team available on Slack all the time to help you out with any worries and any questions you might have during this process. Trading's really just a game of predicting when an asset or a contract is expensive or when it's cheap. In week 6, we look at factor analysis, which is a simple process for finding factors that might predict future asset returns. We'll use this tool to research a basis effect in VIX futures. Then we'll design a very simple strategy to take advantage of it. It trades VIX ETPs, which trade just like stocks. In week 7, we'll automate the risk premium and the VIX strategies. And again, we'll show you how to get everything set up and how to check that it's all working properly. Finally, we get to week 8, where you'll learn how to manage a portfolio. Now, up to this point, you'll have been trading on minimum size or on demo. This week, we learn how to put together a portfolio to give ourselves maximum chance of sustainable profit. Now, you're not going to be left with your hand waving in the air on this one. We're going to show you exactly how to manage the 3 strategies we've been through together. And you'll know what to do next time when you add another strategy into the mix too. Finally, we're going to wrap things up with a champagne webinar. We all wear Hawaiian shirts, drink champagne in the morning, and review the key lessons learned from the bootcamp. To be honest, it's usually cheap sparkling wine or appetizers in those glasses. Don't tell anyone. Finally, we talk about the next steps for you and your trading portfolio, and you're going to be invited to our pro community and continue your journey with us.